Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another light novel review. Welcome once again. I am talking about a Misanthrope teaches a class for demigods. Does it have a longer name? It says, Mr. Hitoma, won't you teach us about humans? It's actually very interesting series. The way that it was created, I guess, is the most interesting part to it. I guess that's horrible to say. It is a good series. It is very much of a slice of life, or it does feel like it, and the reason is because of how it was created. So, before anything, and jump to explanation, Yen Press did send me this, or Yen On, their subdivision of light novels. So, if you haven't checked out Yen On, they do light novels. If you don't know what light novel is, it's the actual book of the anime manga series that you are very familiar with. They do a great job releasing so many of these, and this is a new one. Don't know the author herself, Kurusu Natsume, but I believe from what I read, she is a streamer. I guess in her area, popular. Yeah, it did really well for a series. I will be honest, it is one that I prefer watching than reading, and I'll explain why. I am halfway, and there's reason why it's been a little bit a struggle to finish it through, but it's okay. It's okay. So, if you want to check out more Yen Press, go check out yenpress.com, and they have all their light novels, mangas, and webtoons there as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give that love to this channel as well by commenting, liking, and sharing. And if you have a favorite series that you think that I should be reviewing or reacting to, let me know in the comment section. I do try to get my best to reach out to the other series that people are wanting to hear more about. So make sure you're putting that in the comment section, which lets me know what I should be reading. So, okay, Misanthrope teaches class for Demi-Humans. Well, first we gotta know what a Misanthrope is, in case you don't know what that is. And that is basically a person, a human, who doesn't really like interacting with humans. That's basically what it is. In our reality world, where there's only humans that we can interact with, the word would just be a shut-in, someone who doesn't want to hang out with people, very much a introvert to the max. You know, I feel like everyone has their introvertness to them. Some have more, but we don't experience, at least a lot of us here in the US, don't experience a lot of full-on introverts. Someone who stays home the entire time, doesn't want to come out, for a good reason, because they don't want to experience human interaction. So this is basically who he is. That's who the teacher is, and the story follows him teaching these four girls. Now the girls themselves are all different. One's a mermaid, one's a humanoid werewolf, humanoid rabbit, and a humanoid bird type of thing. And essentially he's an adult. He knows he needs to make a living, so he decides to go into the mountains to get a job there. And it's very logical. I mean, you think there's not going to be much to teach, there's not going to be much people to have to deal with, and he doesn't. He actually ends up at a school where they have demi-humans that are trying to integrate with humans. So his main job is becoming basically a teacher that teaches about human society, the one thing that he tries to avoid. That's the premises of it, and the chapters are very much their own thing. I wouldn't say that you can go through the chapters and just read random chapters at a time, like an actual slice of life, but you can almost. There is a sequence to it as learning who the characters are, but at the end of the day, it's very much a slice of life novel, and it follows the different things that he goes through with principal and the students, and him trying his best to teach them as much as possible. These are all basically the main characters. They have a really nice illustrator here, to be honest. I remember seeing this and thinking this is definitely going to be, you know, kind of a harem, but it wasn't. There is those hints of romance, because I think a lot of these series still do get the romance, but it's not really a harem type of deal. So it's still a really good series. Here is how it was created. If you read the afterword of the author, which I tend to read first, because oftentimes it gives us an insight of what the author was thinking of writing this story, and that gives us also an insight of the characters before even going to the story. We also get a little bit of more artwork and information of each character towards the end. So I sometimes start from the end just to get more in tune to what the author intended for the story to be. So the afterword, just about 2-3 pages. If you read it, you learn that essentially a few followers of her through Twitter and through whatever she streams through gave her some ideas to how the story should be and should row, and through basically different ideas and concepts that she listened to from her followers, she decided to create this story. And she initially was so used to just writing shorter stuff that she wasn't really sure if she could, so that's why she went to her viewers, to her fans, for the help, which I think personally it did well. You can see how different minds came together to create it, because it does feel like different chapters have different flows than other chapters, but at the end of the day, they're still really good. So out of 10, considering the genre where it is, I want to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a decent story. Intermediate or higher is what I recommend. I think a beginner might be put off with the story itself, just because it's maybe something they're not into, or maybe something that they'll think, is this how all light novels are? Which it's not. It's actually more unique of itself, but it's a pretty good one. I do like the whole play on the demigods and how each character has its uniqueness because of who they are. Like the mermaid being so different from the rap little girl, who's very different from the bird girl, and so on and so forth. So I did really appreciated the story, and that's the bell which tells me that I need to end this video as soon as possible. So if you haven't done so by now, guys, subscribe to my channel, give some love, let me know what you guys think about this story in the comment section below. Give me more things for me to read if you want in the comment section as well. And thank you and welcome to all the new viewers, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.